Special paper discussion.
The number one English medium economics class in Sri Lanka, Krishan Ratnayaka.
Right, let's move to the question. Suppose a good traded in competitive market which has a unitary elastic supply. Demand equation of QD equals 100 minus 5p and equilibrium price is 10. First one, derive the supply equation of this good. So we have a task to supply derivation. B, calculate the price elasticity of demand at the equilibrium. C, calculate the producer's surplus at the equilibrium. Right? This is the question. This question is based on all the concepts that we have learned under the demand introduction and the demand theory part. Supply and supply theory, supply law, right? All the calculations based on supply and demand and equilibrium lesson, right? Let's move to the first question. The question is, we know, suppose a good traded in a competitive market which has a unitary elastic supply. Demand equation is QD equals 100 minus 5p and equilibrium price 10. So we have the first question, derive the supply equation. Before moving to the calculation part, first of all we should analyze the question by writing down all the information that we have received under the question. First one, our demand equation is 100 minus 5p. Okay, it is okay. Then the equilibrium price. Put the equilibrium price. This is the demand curve that's starting from 100. This is the quantity axis. This is price. Now the equilibrium price. We don't know about the other parts. We know this is QD equals 100 minus 5p. Equilibrium price is 10. Right? Equilibrium price is 10. We don't know about the equilibrium quantity, right? Now Buddha, here we identified here unitary elastic supply. Unitary elastic supply. Under the unitary elastic supply, we should identify here when we receive the unitary elastic supply amount. Unitary means only unitary, the value is 1, right? When we receive 1 as the elasticity of supply, we should identify with that answer the supply curve is starting from the origin y. There is no A or no intercept, right? So we know intercept is the quantity at 0 price level. That means the starting point of the supply curve. The starting point of the supply curve is both a 0 here. That means we know supply curve is starting from 0, right? A value, there is no A value. Then question A asks to derive the supply equation. So first of all, we should write down the supply equation. QS equals A plus BP. QS equals A plus BP. Now with the explanation, we know according to the above mentioned question, because the supply curve starting from the origin as a result of the unitary elastic supply, we should identify this Putha. A is 0, that means no A. A is 0. Very simple, right? So we know, right, price is, equilibrium price is 10. Price is 10. We have an idea about the equilibrium price. Next one Putha, we should identify the BO, slope O. We should identify the slope O. We should identify the quantity supply. Then we can really identify the other one. That means when we substitute QS, we can find out B. When we substitute B, we substitute B, we can find out QS, no matter. But Putan, luckily we can't identify the slope or the B value here. But we have a method to find out the quantity, equilibrium quantity, this one, right? So we have the demand equation, QD equals 100 minus 5P. This one is 5P, no? 5P, right? 100 minus 5P. 5P. Okay, 100 minus 5P. Now, QD equals 100 minus 5. We should substitute this price as 10. Price as 10. QD equals 100 minus 5 multiplied by 10 is 50. Quantity demand is 50. Then at the equilibrium 10 quantity demand is 50. This is equals to the supply quantity supply 2, because at the equilibrium QD equals to QS. It is very simple to take the idea. The reason is at the equilibrium QD equals QS. This quantity demand 50 is equal to quantity supply. Then we should write down this as 50. Right. Now as an equation we can write this again. 50, no A, right? No need to write down this. Then B 10, right? Now to calculate B further, we can divide both sides by 10. We can divide both sides by 10. Tell me what is the answer? B equals 5. B equals 5. So this is how to calculate B. Then Puta, using all the information, we can rewrite the question answer. QS equals no A, right? 5P. So we wanted to know the slope here, B here. Then we can arrange the QS equation as QS equals 5P. QS equals 5P. Right? Okay, this is the answer for question number 1 or A. Right? Now the sub-question B. Sub-question B, calculate the price elasticity of demand at the equilibrium. Price elasticity of demand at the equilibrium, right? Now tell me, what is the equation? What is the equation that can be used to calculate the price elasticity of demand when we receive a demand equation? Demand equation, we have a number of equations that can be used to calculate price elasticity of demand. When a percentage given, when a table given, when a curve given, equation given, right? Number of equations. But time to time, situation to situation, we should identify what is the equation that should be included or used to calculate price elasticity of demand. This is what we need to do here. Right, dear students, B, question number B, sub-question B, right? Price elasticity of demand, P E D, price elasticity of demand. What is the equation here? B multiply by P divide by QD, right? B multiply by P divide by QD. Right, at the equilibrium means we know what is the equilibrium, guys. The calculated equilibrium price is 10. Equilibrium price is 10 and equilibrium quantity is 50. Now here this is the point that should be considered, right? No, this is wrong. No, why? This supply equation, according to the supply equation I constructed or drawn, So here this starting from the minus point. No, this represent the unitary elastic situation. No, that means the supply curve should be started from the origin. Here equilibrium price is 10. Equilibrium price is 10. Equilibrium quantity is 50. So the question is asking about to calculate the price elasticity of demand at this point, point A. Understood? Point A. Now here Puta, using the demand equation, we should identify the demand equation slope is minus 5p. This minus 5 is the slope B. Then we should find out this as minus 5 multiplied by what is the equilibrium price? 10. What is the equilibrium quantity? 50. Here 0 0 5 1 1. Answer is minus 1 is the price elasticity of demand. Now according to the price elasticity of demand minus 1, please tell me what is the type minus 1. We call it as unitary elastic price elasticity of demand. Unitary. We know when the value is greater than 1 it is elastic. When the value is less than 1 it is inelastic. When the value we take infinity, we call it as perfectly elastic. Receive 0, it is perfectly inelastic. So this is how to identify the types of the price elasticity of demand based on the amount we receive, PED amount, right? So here this is the answer, and this is how to calculate the price elasticity of demand at the equilibrium according to the question we received. Just write it down.
The workplace of aspirants in economics. Krishan Rotnaika. Contact 0711 325 385.
Let's move to the next sub question numbers. Third one, C. Right. Calculate the producer surplus. Normally, according to the simple definitions, producer surplus is the benefit of the producer between equilibrium price and, tell me, minimum supply price. Right. Here, the normal discussion, producer surplus is the benefit of the producer between equilibrium price and we call it as minimum supply price. Minimum supply price, MSP. Now tell me what is the equation? This is equilibrium quantity. What is the equation? Producer surplus equals equilibrium price minus minimum supply price multiplied by equilibrium quantity divided by 2. This is a triangle, right? So we should calculate the area of the triangle between EP and MSP multiplied by EQ. That's why we divide the terms by 2. Now please move to the rough idea, right? According to the rough idea, we have already calculated, right? C. Now tell me, calculate the producer surplus. So here producer surplus is this area, 10 and 50 and 0, right? This area is the producer surplus. Producer surplus, that means the benefit of the producer between equilibrium price and minimum supply price. Now here producer surplus producer surplus is equilibrium price minus minimum supply price multiply by equilibrium quantity divide by 2. Put the equilibrium price we received is 10 minus the minimum supply price is 0 because the supply curve is starting from the 0 or the origin, right? Equilibrium quantity is 50 we calculated in our first sub question A. Now put here 10 minus 0 multiply by 50 divide by 2. Tell me how to calculate and arrange the answer. 10 multiply by 50, right? 10 minus 0 is 10 minus 0. 10 minus 0 is 10 multiply by 50 divide by 2. Then 10 multiply by 50 divide by 2. Here 10 multiply by 2 50. Now tell me the answer. 5 into 5 means 25. Answer is 250. The area between 10 and 0 of the producer, the benefit, it is known as 250. In economics, all the calculations based on demand, supply and equilibrium, all the areas that focus on the calculation part, equation part, graphs and everything are very easy to learn, but you should focus very clearly, right? You should read out the question very clearly and argue with the terms that you have already covered, right, in your theory practice, and try to prepare the answer. So all the questions are very easy, so you have to analyze the answer first. After that you can prepare for the exam questions very clearly within your confidence, right? Goodbye.
The workplace of aspirants in economics. Contact 0711 325 385.